This is what it means to have a paradigm shift. We have to think differently and we have to do differently. In order for a shift to occur, the wealth, education, and skills gaps must be addressed within our society. A skills gap is the difference between the professional skills that employers seek and the education needed by individuals to qualify for these professions, which will enable them to grow and flourish within these high-paying professions, thereby having a direct impact on the redistribution of wealth within our society. These artificially created societal gaps are due to institutional racism and oppression. So generational miseducation, lack of high-paying jobs, and professional employment training opportunities are designed to keep you in your place. It's a caste system. This is leaving each generation without a vision, meaning that they're not being properly educated, let alone trained to move up the social, political, and economic ladder, in order to leave behind poverty and despair. This failure to train future generations permeates throughout our communities, which includes our political leadership, our activists, religious leadership in churches, head of households, and small family businesses. Each of these areas are topics that I address within my Boardwalk School of Economics curriculum and much more. The first thing I teach is that a pigeon is a pigeon and an eagle is an eagle. The pigeon, although it may have characteristics of an eagle, it is still not an eagle. You don't see pigeons hanging out with eagles because it is against their nature. The concept of racial integration is against nature. Arguing racism is therefore a non-starter because the concept is going against nature. It is unnatural that the eagle fights to hang out with the pigeons. They must each create and sustain their own existence. It is normal for races to coexist, but not try to be the other, which is against their cultural norms. The U.S. is an experiment in racial diversity, which thrives off the best of the best, bringing its talents and skills to bear on this nation from other nations by the lure of talent in exchange for material gain.
Boardwalk School of Economics, the right choice.
Of humility and a know-it-all attitude and a failure to recognize your own plight and understand how to solve it. With our own communities, we know everything, but look around us. You have to judge the tree by the fruit that it bears. We are fixated with depending on fiction, lies, and deception from our so-called leadership and television programming to comfort us in our misguided, illusion-driven lives, the matrix. We like to be entertained, but the entertainment does not bear fruit. This intentional mental deflection, coupled with the lack of job and high-paying employment opportunities, because, well, let's just keep it real. The controlling majority does not want to educate inner city and minority children so that they can compete with their children in large numbers. It just doesn't make sense. This is why they will spend your tax dollars recruiting foreign nationals to fill those same high-paying jobs. It's cheaper to educate, but more profitable to incarcerate. So the objective is clear: to oppress and control the feeble and fiction-minded in order to keep this profitable caste system in place. In this regard, the dominant caste system will remain safe. This country is in decline for its failure to train and utilize all of its citizens in nation building. Instead, middle America, whites, are profiting off of the backs of the inner city communities by creating jobs that oppress and prisons that control. Insofar as the next generation is without vision, meaning they are not being properly educated, let alone trained, in order to take over positions of the aging caste of baby boomers at all levels within our society. New skills must be taught and learned which deal with reality in America, where you need education, skills, and money in order to survive. There is currently no transition planning and or planning within the inner city households and communities to address. Employment is an opportunity that is becoming more and more specialized and robotized and out of reach of the poor. Too many of our children do not appreciate education, who only care about its cost and not about the results of a good education. They spend time on their outward appearance of keeping their tennis shoes white, but not on developing a competitive mind. All they processed in their undeveloped delusional video game minds was that their parents were always broke, tired and exhausted from a day's work. So they find it easier to be lazy, have street cred, join a gang, and end up incarcerated trying to live that thug life without thinking of the consequences. This lack of understanding and the failure of parents to take the time to spend with their children and a failure to pass on critical generational history and knowledge is leading to increased homelessness, broken homes, gang violence, and the resulting high unemployment rate. Listen and understand that this is a dire situation which must be corrected, which is causing a return to slavery through depression, incarceration, and an instrument of the soul, and imprisonment of the soul, coupled with the increased loss of fundamental rights. But I have a solution. The ignorant, poor, self-centered, and miseducated would say, like I mentioned before, this is a scam. But let me ask, how can personal growth and professional development be a scam? Since that is the underlying problem. The inability to identify and implement a solution to poverty, crime, and despair is the miseducation and ignorance of the indoctrinated mind. Therefore, graduating from white institutions with doctorates, masters, and bachelor's degrees has not added light solutions to the indoctrinated mind. Due to the growing lack of understanding, this opportunity poverty gap causes thousands of middle skill openings to remain unfilled. This problem isn't exclusive to any one industry. It affects everything from technology to telecom, healthcare to hospitality. And because it's a fundamentally local issue, in every metropolitan city and county, it's the responsibility of every parent, educator, business, and community leader to help address and solve this critical issue within our society by being re-educated through this program of personal growth and professional development, which is designed to rehabilitate and build stronger individuals who can successfully compete in society. Millions of young adults have the talent and motivation to fill this gap, but lack the opportunity.
Boardwalk School of Economics, the right choice.
It's created what some call an opportunity divide. Often when we think of these divisions, we think of technology as a leading cause. While it's certainly true that we need more young adults pursuing hard skills like engineering, coding, and data science, however, there are a staggering number of open jobs that require soft skills such as problem solving, critical thinking, and leadership. That's why, in my Boardwalk School of Economics online university, I am building upon my commitment to educating our children and families for social, political, and economic success, and problem solving, critical thinking, and leadership skills. Through education, personal growth, and professional development, I intend to create a national workforce development organization that enables these young people on the wrong side of the opportunity divide to move to meaningful careers in 18 months or less. Even though it's a lifetime curriculum, we can get a nice jump start with this crash course in 18 months or less. Today, in every metropolitan area, I estimate there are more than 104,000, maybe millions of what I call lost opportunity youth, who despite their talent and motivation are disconnected from employment and education due to the racially motivated systemic social economic barriers which is further impacted by their lack of vision, purpose, leadership, energy, effort, and enthusiasm. Where the individual, household, and community lack vision and pride in self, there is a lack of progress because there is no leadership. Boardwalk School of Economics provides the whole family, especially ages 12 through 25, professional skills training, guidance, and support. The program puts young adults on the path to career success and economic mobility and ensures that they can prove themselves as valuable employees from their first day on the job. However, this university program does even more because it trains in entrepreneurship, wealth creation, accumulation, and preservation strategies. This university represents over 40 years, a lifetime of knowledge, compressed into an 18-month curriculum in order to jumpstart a new generation of thinkers and doers. This experience is designed to be transforming, giving you and your children exposure to multiple lines of economic reasoning and critical thinking strategies. I have also created a group economics program designed to eradicate debt and create wealth, called Main Street Emergency Economic Stimulus Program, MESP. My Boardwalk School of Economics Rite of Passage program is the first of 5 certificates in the program, which is only 3 months and would help your child to challenge themselves to develop their minds while finding their purpose. In most cases, as a first-generation college student, he or she will not be afraid to ask questions for fear of being judged. Now, you and your family will have a support system in place to help your whole family grow by training your mind to think and react with focus and purpose in order to alleviate short-term and long-term poverty and despair. Alleviating the generational curse, repeating the same thing over and over again, which we do, which is a sign of a people that have gone insane. The ignorant, the lazy, the miseducated wage slave, the poor, the pimped, and the self-centered would say, once again, this is a scam. But let me ask, how can personal growth and professional development, empowering current and future generations, be a scam? Living from paycheck to paycheck is a scam because the majority of society is living large of your ignorance and labor, and they own the asset that you're paying for each and every month, whether you're a renter or owner, alleged owner. Boardwalk School of Economics is designed to be a supplemental life education program dealing with the business of life. And life is a business. We need to get our homes back together and put it in proper perspective. You are the CEO of your home. That home is a business enterprise. And whether it's the man or the woman who stay home, there's a formula that I have in the course of how you can get to that point that sometimes after children are being born, the woman wants to stay home. You should plan for that. And I have a formula for you to be able to do that. Right? Investing in my Boardwalk community is more than developing skills and closing employment gaps. I pray that it will ignite human progress within our families and positively impact our world. This is my way of helping thousands of children and families because others took the time to help me. And I wouldn't be where I am in my life if this didn't happen. Of course, as a black male in America, there are those who set barriers. But even those who set barriers in my life taught me valuable lessons of perseverance. Umoja, powerthroughunity.org, and boardwalklifeplan.com. Peace, love, and prosperity. Hey, let's do more. Let's do more. Now, check out go to powerthroughunity.org and just tap on the Rite of Passage program. It will give you a review, of course, show you the outline, even have a biography of myself before you move forward if you're in doubt. Peace.